Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another episode of Din Sisters Arabic Lessons. Today we'll inshallah be discussing the solar and lunar letters. Starting with the solar letters, Huruf Shamsiyyah. Let's take the word Ash-Shams as an example. The sheen in Ash-Shams is an example of a solar letter. The letter Laam, which comes before the sheen, is not pronounced. So we don't pronounce it as Al-Shamsu. We pronounce it as Ash-Shamsu. We note that the assimilation of the Laam is indicated by the shaddah, which is present on the solar letters. And also the articulation of solar letters is noticed to involve the tip of the tongue. For example, Ra, Na, Shaah, Saah, Taah. Now let's look at the lunar letters, which are Huruf Qamariyyah. Let's take Al-Qamar as an example. The Kahf is an example of a lunar letter. The Laam here, which comes before the Kahf, is pronounced, unlike in Huruf Shamsiyyah. And also no shaddah is necessary on the lunar letter. And the tip of the tongue does not play any role in the lunar letter. For example, Waww, Kahf, Maah, Qaah, and Ba. We have 14 solar letters which are listed below. Examples in sentences: At-ta'amu jahiz. The food is ready. The Taah here is an example of a solar letter. It's carrying a shaddah, and also the Laam before it is not pronounced. At-tufahatu ladhiza. The apple is delicious. The Taah here is an example of a solar letter. It's carrying a shaddah, and the Laam before it is not pronounced. Al-lughatul arabiyyatu muhimma. The Arabic language is important. The Laam is an example of a solar letter. We also have 14 lunar letters which are listed below. Example in sentences: Al-Qur'anu kitabullah. The Quran is the book of Allah. The Kahf here is an example of a lunar letter. We notice it does not carry any shaddah, and the Laam before it is pronounced. Al-Ka'batu baytullahi. The Kaaba is the house of Allah. Kahf here is an example of a lunar letter as well. Baytul muallimati ba'id. The teacher's house is far. The mim in al-muallima is an example of a lunar letter. It's carrying no shaddah, and also the Laam before it is pronounced. Let's do a brief revision of our previous lesson, which is al-mudaf wal-mudaf ilayh. That's possessive construction. We note here kitabullahi is an example of a possessive construction, which is the book of Allah. And Allah here is carrying a kasra, which is a majroor at the end. Also, baytullahi, the house of Allah, is an example of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. And baytul muallima is also an example of mudaf and mudaf ilayh, which is one of the conditions of the majroor. Alhamdulillah, we've come to the end of today's lesson. Fi amanillah. See you next time.